few weeks ago now that one of the toilets in the house started to make a strange noise when it was filling. And I figured, well, maybe it was dirty, and I tried to clean it, but that didn't work. So I went out and I bought a whole new toilet filler valve. When I got that all in, and that didn't stop the problem either. And by that time I noticed the other toilet in the house was kind of making a funny noise too. So I went to the local hardware store and I bought this. Yeah, you can get it open here. Yeah. It's to check your house water pressure. So I put this on one of the garden hose taps outside. It screws right on. It's the right thread that came with it. And I'm looking at 100 psi for the house. That's a little on the high side. Now I did look at the PEX pipe and it was rated for 150, but still 100 is pretty high. So I called up our water supply people and they told me 60 or maybe 65 might be a good place to have it. That the 100 was kind of high. So that got me thinking I need a new regulator valve because I couldn't adjust the one that was on there, and it didn't matter which way I turned it, it didn't change. It stayed at 100 psi. So if you have the problem with the toilets after you've checked out any other possibilities like the filler valve not working properly, you might want to get one of these and just see where your pressure is, and then follow the instructions that I'm going to provide in the rest of this video. It's probably very same to what I've got. I know there are a lot of different types and makes of these pressure valves, but they're probably all basically relatively the same. This is the pressure regulator for the house water supply. On the one side, which is the incoming side, there's a shutoff. This line goes out to the supply. On the other side, hopefully, you have another shutoff. If you don't have this shutoff, when you go to replace this, the regulator, all the water that's currently in your house piping is going to come out over here, which you need a fair-sized pail to catch that. So hopefully you have the shutoff on both sides of that. Now on top, it's a little hard to see, but there's a screw, an adjustment screw. At the bottom you have a lock nut, and then just above that you have another screw that you put your wrench on to make the adjustment. A half turn clockwise, which is screwing inwards, will give you about 5 psi more. Screwing it in the other direction counterclockwise will give you about 5 less. So that's how you adjust it. And what you want to look at here is you will need a wrench to fit this and something to stop the whole centerpiece from turning here. So most people don't have a wrench this big kicking around, but what I did is simply resort to pipe wrenches. A pipe wrench to hold this, and a pipe wrench to unscrew this side. And the same over here. You'll have to unscrew this side while stopping this from turning. Either way, that's if you want to replace it. Just adjusting it is what we've just been through before we talked about replacing. So I do have a couple of these upstairs. I'm down in my crawl space right now. I have a couple of these connectors here. They're crimped on here. So when I bought the new regulator, which cost me just under $200, it came with these two things right here, which I did not use because I didn't want to undo these crimps and start putting new pieces of pipe in, and there was nothing really wrong with these. So we're going to take a look at these upstairs. They have a place for an O-ring. You don't want to lose those O-rings when you take this off. The new kit probably comes with new O-rings and you can replace them. Now on here we can also see there's a little tag with all the information that you'll need to replace this. You take that to the plumbing store, show them this, and they will give you the right replacement part. So here are the two couplings that came with my new pressure regulator. I did not use these because I didn't want to have to get into changing the pieces of PEX pipe and doing crimping, and well, let's avoid that if we can. So these, after they unscrew from the new part, this, not this surface, but the mating surface that goes up against there, up against here, has a groove in it. And these guys, these O-rings, slide into that groove. Now, these are the old O-rings. I got new ones in the kit. I put those in before I put these back on both sides.